All warfare is founded on deception. Before the first spear is raised, 5 constant factors must be examined: the moral law, heaven, earth, the commander, and method and discipline. The wise general calculates in the temple before the battle is ever fought. By comparing the opposing forces through these 5 measures, victory can be foreseen. The general who wins makes many calculations before the battle. The one who loses makes but few. Thus the master said, "The object of war is swift victory." No nation has ever benefited from prolonged warfare. To engage in battle without limit exhausts the treasury, the spirit, and the people. Therefore, the wise commander strikes like thunder, swift, decisive, and efficient. Expenditure must serve purpose. Victory must be bought with strategy, not with time. Therefore, learn this truth. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. The best policy is to attack the enemy's plans, next to attack their alliances, next their armies, and only as a last resort to besiege their cities. To know your enemy and know yourself is to be unassailable. To know neither is to invite destruction. True victory leaves the battlefield unstained by blood. From this principle flows another. The victorious strategist seeks battle only after the victory has been secured. The defeated warrior fights first and then seeks to win. Invincibility lies in defense. The possibility of victory lies in the enemy's mistakes. Prepare a position from which defeat is impossible, and wait for the enemy to expose their weakness. And still the master taught. To control a great army is the same as to control a small one. It is a matter of organization and discipline. The skillful commander uses both the direct and the indirect methods of attack. When the direct and the indirect are combined, they form an endless cycle, an inexhaustible pattern as infinite as the forces of nature itself. Thus understand. Appear at points the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are least expected. Avoid strength and strike weakness. Create for the enemy a visible advantage, then strike at the hidden flaw. Perfection in strategy is to be formless, to have victory without shape, to strike without being seen. Therefore, take heed. The difficulty of maneuvering lies in turning the circuitous into the direct, and misfortune into advantage. The aim is position, superior ground, superior timing, superior will. The disciplined army wins because it gains position first. In all movement, unity and harmony must be preserved. In all hardship, spirit must not be broken. Thus, the master reminds us. No plan survives unchanging. A general must adapt to circumstance as water shapes itself to the land. He must know when to advance and when to retreat, when to divide and when to concentrate. Beware the 5 dangerous faults: recklessness, cowardice, a hasty temper, excessive honor, and overcare for one's men. Adaptability is the soul of command. Therefore observe. When on the march, read the signs of the land and the silence of the enemy. If their troops appear disordered, they are forming an ambush. If they offer gifts or truces, they seek to deceive. If they remain quiet when near, they rely on their strength. When birds rise suddenly and ambush lies below, The general who reads the earth and its omens sees beyond the visible. From this understanding, terrain is the ally of warfare. It may be open, entangling, steep, narrow, or perilous. To know the ground is to know the advantage. A wise commander treats his soldiers as his own sons. Cared for, they will stand with him through fire and storm. Neglected, they will scatter like dust in the wind. And the master declared, "There are 9 varieties of ground: dispersive, light, contested, open, intersecting, difficult, hemmed in, desperate, and fatal. Each demands a different strategy. On dispersive ground, unify the troops. On difficult ground, press onward. On desperate ground, fight as though escape is impossible. When soldiers face death, they find life. Therefore, remember. Fire is a weapon of war, to be used with care and foresight. Burn the enemy's supplies, their camps, and their spirit. 5 kinds of fire attack exist, but all require timing, wind, and opportunity. Never strike with fire unless the enemy's position and your own are secure. Victory through fire demands intelligence, patience, and perfect preparation. Thus, the master concludes, spies are the vital eyes and ears of the army. There are 5 kinds: native, inside, double, doomed, and living. The double spy is the most valuable, for he brings back the enemy's own secrets. No enterprise in war is more sacred, nor more costly than intelligence. Treat spies with generosity, for through them empires are won and lost. If this essential guide to strategy, deception, and power captured your attention, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into the greatest literary sagas ever written.